It's the last Sunday in the month of March. Welcome to Osun in Progress, a weekly program that showcases activities and achievements of Gboyega Oyetola-led administration in the state of the virtuous. Since the governor came on board in November 2018, development of mining sector has been given adequate priority and no stone has been left unturned towards achieving this. Shortly, we will be speaking with the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor, Abdullahi Binuyo, who supervises the mineral resources sector in the state, on how far the administration has gone towards achieving this. My name is Rafiu Hamid. But before then, let's look at the activities of the state government for the week. On Monday, members of Non-Academic Staff Union of Educated and Associated Institutions protested their exclusion from the new teacher salary scale approved for Nigerian teachers by the federal government. They staged their protest to the Osun State Governor's office and the State House of Assembly. They carried placards with different inscriptions to press home their demands. State chairman of the union presents a letter containing their demands to the state governor, who was represented by the head of service.
We have the professionals and the supporting staff. We have the accountants, we have the librarians, we have the laboratory technologists, who are also stakeholders in the primary school and post-primary school in the country. So giving that policy or giving that approval to the teachers alone is why we are outside now, to make everybody know, most especially the state government and the federal government, that they should incorporate our members in that policy so that there will be peace, there won't be any rancor and acrimony in our primary school and secondary school in the country.
The state head of service, Oyebade Olugboyega, promised to deliver the letter to the state governor, who will present it to the appropriate authorities.
We want to say that your good demands are towards the implement of all the Nigerian workers. These demands will be taken to Mr. Governor, and I'm sure Mr. Governor will pass it straight to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I must let you know that you have come to the appropriate quarters.
The President had approved a special salary scale for teachers, as well as increased year of service from 35 to 40. On Tuesday, Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Civic Engagement continued its engagement program with the aim of bringing people, irrespective of their differences, closer to the government. This time around, the team led by Olatunbosun Oyetiloye had a town hall meeting with Farmers Association in Ile-Ogbo, Ayedire local government area of Osun State. Addressing the farmers, Olatunbosun Oyetiloye says the program has given the state government the opportunity to know areas where government's attention is needed. According to him, the state is lucky to have Governor Gboyega Oyetola at the helm of affairs, who, despite several challenges, has been meeting the yearnings of the people.
Give it to Mr. Governor by creating this type of tariff section with the rural dwellers, the community people, because this kind of meeting is about bridging the gap between the government and the people. We see it as a feedback mechanism in which we can get information from the grassroots, what people need from the grassroots and their demand. That is why we create this environment in order to interface with our people. Their request, we will table it to Mr. Governor, and we believe, because the Governor of the state of Osun has a listening ear, and we believe Governor will soon respond to all their demands once we have, once our allocations from the federal improve. We will see to most of their needs, and some of their requests it's been addressed presently, like rehabilitations of schools. Rehabilitations of road is ongoing. Health center is done. We have like 332 health center completed in Osun. The roads linking to this local government is ongoing, and some other things that the government is doing in terms of empowering of youth. We have given out loans, grants to youth, over 4,000 youth in Osun. Presently now, we are empowering all the market women and the artisans with loans and grants. And we still believe when we encourage them that they should link up with the Ministry of Commerce. We have many opportunities in the government that they can exploit as an artisan, as a society, as a group, trade groups. And the farmers also, we have in the Ministry of Agri, government is granting loan for farmers, especially in this planting season.
The platform provided opportunity for the people to seek government's attention in their respective areas.
We know that we are in rainy season. We need the assistance of government in the area of manpower, like tractor, because the price is too exorbitant for the farmer to manage. If the government can provide tractor and other commodity for farmer in order to improve their working ability, like chemical, fertilizer, in subsidized rates.
Work the governor is doing in Osun, we really appreciate him, most especially the workers. He has been performing beautifully. The workers, we have been paying half salary, but now we are enjoying the administration. We really thank him for what he has been doing.
As part of efforts to support plans of the state government at ensuring peaceful coexistence among different ethnic groups in the state, some youths in Iwo held a meeting with Fulani herdsmen to work on how to sustain existing peace in the town. The youths under the umbrella of Iwo Land Concerned Youths are worried about recent pronouncement by some leaders in their areas which they said could threaten subsisting peace in their areas.
Absolute care and concern for the continuous safety of our people in their various homes, which spur our proactive approach to give the unsavory development to the required and the needed solution in DC as of tomorrow will be too late. We won't fail to pledge our continuous support for the administration of Governor Etola in his re-election bid because of the beautiful job he has done, he has been doing to develop the state at large.
Same day, Osun State Government presented the audited accounts of the year 2019 with 17.6 billion naira as internally generated revenue for the year. It was presented by the Office of the State Auditor General in collaboration with the State and Local Government Reform Project in Osogbo, the state capital. The Auditor General, Folorunso Adesina, who presented the report, noted that 17.6 billion naira was generated in 2019 as against 15.6 billion naira realized in 2018, attributing the improvement to the efforts of the state's agency in charge of revenue.
For any project is cited or embarked upon by the government. So compliance is what audit is doing. We audit for compliance. There are regulations, there is a procedure for the execution of government programs. Once the contract is awarded, they will forward a copy of the contract to my office. I will go there and monitor the development of that project. Whether it is what they are doing is in conformity with what is in the payment, bill of quantity prepared by the engineers. So we do a very close monitoring of government so that people will get value for the project. We don't just, government business, if it's not properly monitored, one may not get anything. They just take money and go away. That is why the office is existing. Our office is there to monitor, to ensure and enforce compliance.
Due to the assistance being rendered by SLOGO, this has been, be of a tremendous help to the office of OIRS, that is Office of my Internal revenue service, and they have been improving on their performances. We are not going to rest on our hours. There are still rooms for improvement. By the time we are presenting year 2020 account for audit forum, we see a tremendous improvement on our IGR.
The State Commissioner for Finance, Bola Oyebamiji, said Oyetola's administration has demonstrated the required capacity in the management of public funds, which in turn has improved public confidence in governance.
Yeah, the essence of this is for the government to let the people know that we are accountable, we are responsible, and we are transparent. We need to let our people know what we have done in a year and what we have captured in a year, and to let them see how we have spent their money. This is very important in governance.
I make bold to say during our oversight function that Office of the Auditor General for State has consistently demonstrated our doggedness in auditing of public funds, using international standards toward transparency and accountability. The account of the state being presented today is a fair presentation of government transactions, and I employ all to take advantage to know more about government and as it relates to public funds.
The presentation was attended by civil society organizations, labor leaders, professional bodies, government officials, and other stakeholders. Elsewhere, the special advisor to Governor Gboyega Oyetola on youths and sports, Adelabu Adegboyega, distributed some items to his constituents. The items include school uniforms, face masks, hand sanitizer, and cash gifts. It is targeted at boosting SMEs in line with the state government agenda of building Osun that works for all.
Like we all know, you don't change a winning team. And if you move around the state, you will agree with me that Governor Gboyega Oyetola is a silent achiever. He has been able to deliver the dividend of democracy to the every nook and cranny of the state. So on my own part, I've been trying to support him. Like what we are doing today, we are giving uniforms to primary school pupils in my local government to complement the effort of Mr. Governor to provide qualitative education to the pupils of the primary school. No society can thrive when their education is not in a proper shape. So that is what we are doing. Also, we are giving empowerment to Ileoluwa support group.
On Thursday, a Fireside chat with young professionals in Osun State was held in Osogbo. The program was organized in partnership with the Office of the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Ismail Omipidan. It was held to encourage youths to channel their energy to legitimate and profitable ventures. The Commissioner for Youths and Sports, Yemi Lawal, speaks on plans of the state government to keep youths engaged through different sporting activities. The Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Ismail Omipidan, said all the promises made by Governor Gboyega Oyetola during his electioneering campaign are being fulfilled. A number of young entrepreneurs were also in attendance. On Friday, the state governor, Gboyega Oyetola, observed his first Jumat service since the index case of COVID-19 was recorded in the state in March last year. Addressing Muslim faithful after the 2 Rakat prayers, Governor Gboyega Oyetola encouraged them to continue to observe COVID-19 safety protocols and prioritize security of their environment.
I thank Almighty Allah that it has been possible for us to have Jumat service today. And I must commend everybody that has been involved in the construction of this mosque. I must recognize the role of the former governor, Ogbeni Aregbesola, who started this project, and I thank God we are able to complete it. It's my joy that we have this mosque to serve the purpose of Islam within the community and Abiri. the civil servants have opportunity to come and do their salat here. So I thank Almighty God. Like I mentioned to them, COVID-19 is very much around. We must observe all the protocol. Face mask, washing of hands, distancing must still be observed. The vaccine does not necessarily mean you cannot have COVID-19. It does not prevent you from being knocked down or, it won't lead to death. You may still have it. So we have been told that it's not the end of it. So it is important for us to continue to exercise all the protocols, to observe them rigidly, and to ensure that we cover our mask, our face with the mask. It's very important.
After the Jumat service, Governor Gboyega Oyetola officially commissioned the State Integrated Financial Management Information System, an application built to automate the state's financial management system. The application, which was built through the support of the European Union and World Bank, will, among other things, make the state's budgetary process easier and faster.
The listed facilities are ensure that we have a very strong foundation for e-governance through a secure IT infrastructure and network connectivity across MBAs. Specifically, it will promote efficiency and efficient delivery of services, open governance, quality data management, and improved financial reporting through full returns. That's the Accrual Accounting Standard, among others. In addition, the high-capacity computer applications and software deployed to run the system seamlessly across all the MBAs. We now have a 150 mast for signal distribution within the state secretariat.
In his speech, Governor Gboyega Oyetola said the technology will enhance budgetary efficiency, financial discipline, and rid the system of corruption and unnecessary bottlenecks.
This application is a catalyst to our development strategy, which is targeted at providing prosperity and better life and services for our people. It will also further instill financial discipline in our bureaucracy and make our state a player in global financial best practices and a model in financial efficiency in the nation. For an administration that has created a roadmap for economic recovery and transformation through the institution of Economic Summit, the establishment of Investment Promotion Agency, engagement in massive infrastructure development, and the expansion of all sectors, the institution of the State Integrated Financial Management Information System to improve financial sanity and efficiency is a necessary requirement to complete the economic cycle.
Osun State is blessed with a lot of mineral resources which the state government is trying to tap into to improve the economy and engage the youths. The Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor, who also supervises mineral resources sector in the state, Abdullahi Ginoyo, speaks on steps already taken by the state government towards generating revenue through the sector.
Osun Solid Mineral Development Program was approved by the Governor about 20 months ago, sometimes mid-2019, July 2019 precisely. And one of the key focus of the development program is on developing the entire sector to enable revenue to be generated by the state. The focal areas is the Osun Mineral Resources Revenue Development Program, the Mineral Exchange and Value Addition Program, as well as the miners' capacity and technical development, alongside regulation, which is under governance and security, and the last part is the environmental regulation and enforcement. These are the key areas within the program, and we have achieved quite a whole lot in the last 20 months. Particularly the partnership around revenue generation. We set out a form of commercial partnership with companies with technical and financial capacity, and we've been able to record a huge success that direction. Osun, as you know, we discovered gold in Osun in the 1940s, way before Nigeria got its independence. And since that period has been several efforts to develop that sector. Osun State as a government was lucky to have acquired some of these mineral titles officially from the federal government, knowing fully well that mineral resources originally is under the exclusive list, belongs entirely to the federal government. So Osun floated a limited liability company and acquired about 17 mineral titles across the federation, for which only 6 is within Osun. We have 3 exploration licenses and 3 mining leases so far. Of the exploration licenses, we've signed off almost all of it, particularly in the leisure axis. We've been able to sign with a Canadian partner that has gone deeply through the exploration process. They have finished their preliminary economic assessment, they have finished their geochemical and geophysical work, and they're on the last stage before they can declare the maiden resource on that asset. So I take it that by the second half of this year, we can confidently say that we can declare the worth of the asset that Osun has on the exploration license in question. Other effort that we made aside huge commercial partnership is considering our youth, considering the need to create jobs for them, considering improving the rural economy as well. We've been able to partner with the federal government under a national program called the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Initiative. We expect the Exec Secretary of the Southern Development Fund in Osun to execute an MOU with the governor by the first week of next month. The essence of this program is to be able to admit the local youth into mining through requisite training, provision of equipment for them to mine and to purify the gold in question. And the federal government will buy back the entire gold that is being produced into a national reserve. So we believe strongly that this will help greatly in making the rural economy grow and will empower a lot of our youth in that direction. Part of the program, aside the revenue side, is the mining capacity development itself. We're setting up a one-stop shop to help with the licensing issue, the permits and waivers, or the consent as the case may be. So far, Osun's mineral development program has achieved a whole far more than we set out to achieve. There's a little setback during the COVID period, but this year I've been able to bounce back. I should not fail to mention the support the state government has given to the first commercial scale mining in Nigeria, undertaken by Thor Exploration Limited, that's Segilola Field. The state had provided every support to ensure that the project takes off. Even during the COVID lockdown, we were able to give exception for their construction works to continue. We hope that by the second quarter of this year, the first gold officially will be taken out of that site, will be mined from that site, and that will be a major plus for the state. It's a major economic booster, and it has written Osun's name in the global mining map. So far, we have recorded tremendous success in that sector. We've been able to look at some of our assets outside of the state. Like I said to you, we have over 17 mining or mineral titles. For the assets we have far away in Kogi State, there's a huge deposit of feldspar and marble, and we've been able to finish the pre-economic assessment studies of it. I've been able to assess the amount and the worth
in commercial quantities,
in huge commercial quantities so far. So these assets that we met, technically redundant before the government of Auditor came into being, and today we've been able to move it forward from a dead asset to an asset that's attractive to investors to put money for joint development.
He also speaks on the benefits for the youths.
We've realized over the years that there's a capacity gap in mining, most especially small-scale mining. We've been able to partner with the federal government, who will be supporting us in providing trainings for the local youth. Part of the program of the state is one of our life academies in Osun. We intend to convert this into a technical training center specifically focusing on the youth to be trained in mining. Alongside that, we are working a lot on environmental and ecological literacy. There's a knowledge gap in people understanding the relationship between themselves and the environment. We realize that, and we're coming up with some form of capacity building to enable the local community to understand how and how not to interact with the environment. And we've partnered with Nestria in the last few weeks to ensure that they continue with their the statutory duty to enforce environmental regulations across the state.
That's our package for today. Join us next Sunday for another edition of Osun in Progress. On behalf of the coordinator, who doubles as the State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Funke Egbemade, and the entire production crew, my name is Rafiu Hamid saying, you have a great week ahead.